it's Halloween, and the scariest thing is that you haven't picked out a costume yet. So, it's currently a week before Halloween, probably less by the time you're watching this, and you still don't have a Halloween costume. Or you do have one, and you just delight in the suffering of people who don't have a Halloween costume yet. Either way, I'm here to help. Let's actually just sit up a bit. And we're once again blessed by my co-host. This angle makes me feel not right, so let's switch. Much better, especially with Loaf in the corner like that. I think it's perfect. I'm going to be breaking this video up into 3 categories. The first one being costumes from my closet, costume ideas I don't have in my closet or I'm just too lazy to figure out right now, and costumes I've already done. I almost said you're living on borrowed time. You've got limited time, so let's just get into it. I know what a lot of you are thinking, and it's, who the hell are you supposed to be? A bicyclist that fell off her bike? And I mean, you're kind of close. I'm Gretchen from Cuckoo, alright? When I watched Cuckoo a couple months ago, I was sitting there looking at Hunter Schafer thinking, this would be such a good Halloween costume if I had a chin-length blonde bob. I do have a wig that I was gonna wear with this, but it just looked so bad that I figured it would just look better if I wore my regular red hair than to try to emulate Hunter's bob with that fuck-ass bob wig. Can you tell who I'm supposed to be? I'm Daria. I just watched Daria all the way through for the first time this year, and it was so good. I bought the complete DVD set. Granted, this does work a bit better if you have red or darker hair, but this is just such an easy outfit, and it's also just cute. Like, you can go out and wear this on not Halloween. And, like, sure, people might think, hey, that person looks like Daria, but it's still an outfit nonetheless. Okay, this outfit is a little bit more abstract. I am supposed to be a ladybug, hence the red dress with the black polka dots, and I am wearing cute little ladybug earrings. If I was gonna wear this for Halloween, I would definitely get some ladybug wings and either buy or make like a little ladybug antenna headband just to be more like overt about what I'm actually supposed to be. I've also seen people wear their hair slicked down and put temporary tattoos on their hair, so you could also do something like that, but put little like ladybug temporary tattoos all over your head, and I think that would look really cool. Just imagine this look with ladybug wings and a little antenna headband, and there's my vision. My mic died, so now we're doing a voiceover, but this is Lisa Frankenstein. If you know, you know. It's such a good movie. I completely recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. And this would also be a really good couple's costume if, like, you want to be Lisa or your partner wants to be Lisa and the other person can be the creature. I love Buffy, and I did not have a wood stake, so I did use a taper candle as my stake to stab vampires with. Obviously, this would work better if you have blonde hair, but another costume idea is Willow. Willow Rosenberg, hello, she's right there. I know I didn't do a Willow look in this video, but do better than me, okay? This costume would be more obvious if I had short black hair, but I am Nana, okay? I love Nana. I think that going as Nana and Hachi would be such a good couple's costume, and I was going to do a Hachi look in this video, but I was just extremely iron deficient this day and could not bring myself to put on yet another outfit. The iron deficient girlies know what's up, okay? Ginger from Ginger Snaps is also such a good costume, so simple, especially if you can put blonde streaks in your hair or do the special effects makeup she has once she starts turning more into a werewolf. Such a good but underrated movie. Obviously, I had to do Wednesday Addams. Okay, this is such an easy costume to do if you are someone who has a lot of black clothing in your closet, because you can kind of just wear whatever you think Wednesday would wear and then put your hair in pigtail braids and boom, you're Wednesday. Well, that's not true because you do need a sarcastic attitude or else it just will not work. For our next category, I think a Mima from Perfect Blue costume would be so good, and it's pretty easy, especially if you already have dark hair and own a red dress and a red headband. I think I almost said handband. Like, really all you need for this costume is a red dress, a red headband, some white stockings and red heels, and maybe some like elbow length white gloves, and it'd be perfect. Like, it's such a like creepy but good costume. Like, it's scary, but you're still serving The next one is Brie Vandekamp, and I love this one so much. If I had an apron, I would have absolutely done this look in this video. Well, I was also way too lazy to like bump my ends. I was gonna like flip them up, and yeah, I was just too lazy to blow dry my hair like that. Obviously, this costume works best if you have ginger hair, but if you do or you have a wig, you can just like flip the ends of your hair up, wear a preppy outfit, an apron, maybe some oven mitts. You could even carry like a basket full of muffins or something, and it would be just such a good look, like so iconic. Obviously, if you're doing a group costume like 4 or 5 people, you're probably not going to do a last minute look, but just in case you are, I think a Desperate Housewives group costume once again would be so iconic. The next one's more of a concept costume, but I think an alien would be really cool, especially if you play around with it. Like, it doesn't just have to be like green skin, bug eyes. Like, you can do a lot of like different looks or try something with like metallics, silvers, golds, chromes. Like, you can paint your face or you can do something with your hair. Like, I just feel like there's such a opportunity to do something kind of abstract and editorial, and it would just be like so good because you can make it scary, you can make it funny, you can make it like there's so many routes you can go with a good concept costume, like a mummy or an alien or a vampire or whatever, and I just think an alien would be really fun. The next two are kind of piggybacking off each other, but I think if you have a big like fluffy purple dress, that a zombie Hannah Montana look would be so good. Like, I would love to do that look one year. Or alternatively, you can just do a zombie version of your favorite character. So like if you want to be Daria, you can be like a zombie Daria or something like that. Like, it's just kind of meshing two concepts together, like a character costume and a concept costume, and kind of making it more scarier, more unique, and just fun. I think Patrick Bateman would be such a good Halloween costume. Like, not even if you're just a guy, like you could be any gender and do a cool Patrick Bateman look. And sure, it works best if you already have like a suit and like a clear poncho or like raincoat and like an axe. But you can also just wear like a suit and just act insane. Like, whenever someone talks to you, just act. Okay, maybe don't act like Patrick Bateman. Maybe don't do the stuff that Patrick Bateman would do, but you can just say stuff that's kind of unhinged that he would say. Obviously, without the threats of violence. The next one's really good if you kind of have a funkier wardrobe and like cool earrings. And obviously, if you have like curly hair, it doesn't even necessarily have to be red. Like, it can be any color, and I think people would get the gist of it. But I love seeing Miss Frizzle costumes. They just make me so happy. Obviously, remind me of my childhood in the best way. And especially if you have a green lizard on you, perfect, the look is completed. For this next one, I just wrote bat. I think a bat would be really cool, especially if you have like a dress, or there's that cool fashion brand company Moth dress. You could also be like Moth or Mothman or something of that sort, like just kind of playing around with the silhouettes in your wardrobe and trying to make it just more interesting. I feel like a bat wouldn't be that hard, especially if you have like a black bat wing top and you could put like makeup on your face and just make it fun. Just like use your imagination and try to craft something with the stuff you already have. Also, if you're a baddie and have a lot of lime green and black in your wardrobe, I think Shigo would be such a good look because you don't even necessarily have to wear a bodysuit. Like, you can just wear neon green and black and do her makeup. And if you have like long dark hair, obviously that completes the look. And yeah. I mean, look at Shigo. Yeah. The next costume will only make sense if you've seen The Substance, but I think a Monstro Eliza Sue costume would go so hard, especially if you do a look where she's wearing the like Elizabeth Sparkle cutout on her face. That would just be so cool, and I would love to see that costume this year.
Let me in now, and it can be so nice.
Okay, obviously I also have long legs on this list just because I feel like long legs was so memeified on the internet this year, and I just think, yeah, it'd be really good, and I would also like to see that. The next one's kind of obvious, but Nadja and Laszlo obviously would be better as a couple's costume. I don't really think it matters like what gender you are, like you and your partner or you and your friend, like a friend could do it with you also. But a couple years ago, somebody that I met did a Nadja and Laszlo costume, and it was so good, and it made me upset that I didn't think of it first. And yeah, like people who love What We Do in the Shadows really love it, so I just think that would be a great costume, and plus you can just act like Nadja and Laszlo all night. So fun. Okay, the next one will only make sense if you've read Junji Ito or you know of him or if you've watched Uzumaki, but I think going as like an Uzumaki character would be so good. Like you could go as Kirie or Shuichi, but you could also just dress as yourself and put like a spiral on your forehead and wear like spiral clothes and like spiral earrings. I think it'd also be really cool if you have the ability to make yourself look like a manga character. Like you can make yourself like all gray and then like your hair dark and your clothes dark and like put spirals. But even if you don't want to do all that, I feel like the spirals in general would just get your point across and it'll just be kind of like a thing where it's like, if you know, you know. My last idea is so obvious, but I feel like I don't see a lot of people doing this costume, but I think a Carrie Bradshaw costume would be so good, especially if you have curly blonde hair or like a wig with curly blonde hair. And obviously the Sex and the City ladies would be a great group costume, and you could even do a gender bent version, or even if you just want to do them how they are, like, and you have 3 other friends, that would be such an easy costume, and it's not that hard to like emulate their styles, so you could probably find something in like your wardrobe that fits whatever character you want to be. Now into my favorite category, which is costumes I've already done. I'm going to try to go through these quickly so I'm not sitting here yapping forever because I know everybody is running out of time. Not to give you existential dread or anything. Anna Coleman from Freaky Friday is such a good look, especially if you have like a costume with your mom or a friend. Like one of you can be Tess and one of you can be Anna, and you can just like pretend to act like each other. Like I think that'd be really like cool and funny. Dana Scully obviously is iconic, and it's such an easy costume. Like all you need is a button up, a blazer, maybe like a pencil skirt and some heels. I did get like a little badge ID from my mom, and I printed out Dana's FBI badge and I just put it in there, and that's it. Like it's such an easy costume. When I dressed like Scully a couple years ago, it was a couple's costume with my boyfriend, so he dressed as Mulder, and it was kind of funny because I kept like a little prop on me all night, which was like a little flashlight, and I kept shining it at him, and he didn't find it funny. But I did, so that's what counts. Once again, another concept costume, but a vampire. Like, you could do this in so many ways, and it's so easy because all you need is, like, kind of gothic clothing. You could even buy some of those fake fangs if you want to. Put some fake blood on the corners of your mouth. And there you go. Like, it's so easy but effective. Also, that just made me think of something. If you have the wardrobe for it, like a Bella Swan outfit, you could do her in the first movie or after she's a vampire. And you could even, like, do a couple's costume with Edward or Alice. And I actually already did a Alice costume a few years ago with my boyfriend and my friends. He went as Edward and my friend went as Victoria because neither of us really wanted to be Bella, so once again, another great group costume idea. Also, I think most of the characters from the Scream movies would be really easy. Like, you could go as Sydney, but I have done a Casey Becker look and a Tatum look, and they were both pretty easy. And if you have somebody else with you that wants to wear a Ghostface costume, or even if they don't, like, people will probably know who you're trying to be. Carrie, so good, so easy, especially if you have blonde or red hair and it's long and just like a pink slip dress. I personally edited the blood onto my photos because I didn't want to like ruin the dress that I had. But if you don't mind ruining a dress, you could put fake blood all over it. Or if you don't want to, like a pink slip dress, a tiara, some flowers, and I think people will get the vibes. I've also done Maxine Minx and Pearl. I really like both of these costumes, and they weren't that difficult. Like, I already owned a pair of overalls, and I just did blue eye makeup. I put concealer on my brows and put some freckles on my face. For Pearl, I just found a red top and a red skirt and then put my hair in braids and like pinned it up and put a blue ribbon in. I did find a fake axe at the thrift store for like $1, so that was really helpful. Obviously, you don't need an axe. Like, Pearl's look is just so iconic that I think a lot of people will just know who you are with the red outfit alone. These weren't Halloween costumes, but I have done a fairy look and also pirate outfits. And the pirate outfits one is especially so easy because it's mostly just like layering a lot of the clothes you have in unique ways and messing up your hair a bit, and boom, you're a pirate. I loved doing this Wendy Torrance from The Shining look, and it's easy. If you have a turtleneck, a green plaid button-up, some like orangey tan overalls, like you've already got it. You've got the look down. I did do some makeup on me to make me look more like chiseled, like Shelley Duvall, and kind of scared and sad, like I was cold and crying. Like, I put a lot of blush on my nose and like under my eyes and stuff. And then I just had a baseball bat as a prop, and It was that easy. I think I can speak for everyone when I say if you grew up watching Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and you watched the Hex Girls that you immediately had a crush on Thorn. Thorn is such an easy costume, especially if you have dark hair or like dark red hair. I literally just drew the red bat on me on my like chest in lipstick with red lipstick because I didn't have the necklace. And then I just put on a black dress and black boots, and it's so simple. And if you have two friends who want to be Luna and Dusk, iconic, just an iconic group costume. Yes, I'm calling a lot of things iconic in this video, but that's because they are iconic. At least to me, if no one else. And my last look is Coraline. I did this Coraline costume this year with my mom as the other mother, and it's just so good. Obviously works good if you have like dark brown hair or blue hair, or if you have a wig. But if you already have the pieces in your closet or can borrow them from a friend or have to make a last minute run to Spirit Halloween, Coraline is so memorable and so many people will immediately know who you are, and also just a cute costume. Like, it makes you feel cute when you're wearing it because it's such a good movie. Okay, that's it. Those are all of my ideas. I probably could think of at least 50 more, but I did not want this to be like an hour-long video. Halloween is soon and you guys have to make up your mind, okay? You have to make up your mind. What are you going to be? I hope you all enjoyed this video and that it was at least semi-helpful, and I also hope you guys make up your minds if you haven't already. Good luck and happy Halloween. Bye.